All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second annual First Day Hoops Report Bracket Reaction Show. I'm of course, First Day Hoops Report founding editor and holding court host Chris Stevens. We have some very special guests joining us on this particular broadcast this evening. As you all know, the DIAA basketball committee met earlier today. We have 24 teams aside, boys and girls. We got some first timers, we got some old timers, and we're gonna have a good time covering this tournament. And going to start with my first special guest now. I'm going to bring on, let me see if I can do this correctly. We'll start with, yeah, everybody's just going to be on for, we'll take it this way. Archmere head coach Dan Pisani on the girls' side. Coach Pisani's girls finished regular season 12-8. They got the number 9 seed. They will host number 24 Smyrna on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Coach Pisani, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me on, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. And obviously, this is old hat for you. Getting teams into this tournament. You've done it 3 different schools: Apple, Newark Charter, now Archmere. Just what is the challenge that you face year to year? Just getting teams, ready for the greater challenge that is the state tournament.
Yeah, I think every year is a little different here and there, depending on the group you have. This year, we've had a bunch of challenges this year. We've had injuries this year. We've been overcoming that. It's a long season, and wear and tear on your players, and just building. The key for us is always just kind of building the right environment, building a family environment where the kids are excited to come practice every day, come be a part of it every day, and continue working. This year's group, especially, we talked to them today about it. The improvement our girls have shown from kind of day one to where they're at now. It's been really fun to watch. So. Just continue to build. Our main focus all year has been one game at a time. I know it's a big coach cliche, but we talked about that a lot, about just focusing on one opponent at a time. We didn't really talk about seeds or home games or anything like that until we were about a week away from the tournament. And our girls really bought into that, and we've had that same talk really about where we go next from here, and how that one game at a time starts again next Wednesday.
Speaking of next Wednesday, this feels like a styles makes fight kind of situation because there's a lot of mirror images between you and Smyrna that I see. I mean, you have Lucy and Cece. They have Talani Pierce and Skylar Curley as their bigs. And then, of course, you got Bridget in the backcourt for you, and they have Kai Burnett and Amaya Ellerby. Just what do you think will be the key to keeping that Smyrna team from making things difficult from y'all? Because obviously both of you play very good defense, so it's going to be a matter of who can get their offense going first, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about today with our girls too. I mean, obviously, no matter who you play in tournaments, it's a tough draw. You're going to have 24 good teams, but I think we both know that Smyrna is far better than a 24 seed. That's a very good basketball team. We scrimmaged each other back in November, and like we told the girls, we're a different team than we were then. They're a different team they were then. We got work to do. We got a lot of work to do the next couple of days. Like you said, they have some real good players. They have some quick guards. They have some good size. So we just have to kind of continue to work on the things we do well offensively. Obviously, our main weapons are no secret. So, ways we can, free up Lucy and get her the ball. Obviously, ways we can get our guards shooting a little bit. We again, a lot of us no secret. We got to attack the boards well and get Cece and Lucy on those offensive boards, and get Bridge out and run a little bit. And again, we're going to work on some small things here and there to maybe do things a little different. We did against in the scrimmage, and it's going to be a really good game. I mean, especially 9-24, you kind of see this big gap, but I don't think it is, and I think it's going to be a really tough game for us on Wednesday. And I'm sure Smyrna probably thinks the same thing.
Were you surprised at all that you guys got the 9th seed? The calculations for me, I actually had you guys, I think, closer to 8, but you never. I mean. The committee has the full result, so it's just like we're really all just guessing until they actually get in the room. But how do you feel about the actual seed? Where you guys are, and looming if you get past Smyrna is a team that you played earlier to start the season, of course, and that's Apple.
Yeah, I think as far as where we ended up, I think it's a credit to the schedule we played this year, and we knew we took on a little bit more than we took on last year. Just our out-of-state teams where we knew a little bit tougher this year than they were last year. When we figured that was going to help us, we kind of felt down the stretch if we could pick up. We dropped a couple close ones, Padua and Kennett. We kind of felt like we got one of those. Maybe we happen in that top 8. We had kind of told the girls going to that last game that win that last game, we'd have a shot at a bye. We thought 8 was possible. Couple of things shake out at the end of the year as far as bonus points go, and teams slip ahead of you by a point or two, and that's kind of what happened. And so 9 is kind of around where we thought we might land. Again, you said, tough draw in the first round, and if we get through that, and again, we had a tough one come up the second round. Like I said, you were at the first one with us and Apo, and I think we played each other the exact same final score, 3 years running now. So again, it'd be a treat for everyone at both these games, hopefully, to come out and see some really good basketball. So, I think obviously the seeding system is what it is, and I think some teams are probably a little out of place and where they could and should be, but we've kind of felt all year that we can be a top 10 team, and I feel proud of our girls for earning that spot.
And I'll get you out of here on this one. Just, you've done a great job, building that program up, because Archmere wasn't a program that a lot of people took notice of, honestly, and in the last few years, there's been Diamond State Championships, Elite 8 appearances. Just what do you hope to be able to, get across with this, obviously this group has, done what they've been able to do because they believe in the system, they believe in you and your coaching. Just what do you want people to understand about Archmere girls basketball that they may not have known about the program in the past?
Yeah, I just think we've really built, I think I said family earlier, we really built a good family here. We built, especially over the last 2 years, I think in the last 2 years, we've really moved in another direction, in a better direction. But we've built a program where, girls really buy into what it is we're trying to do. Even though we've had some really great players in the past, we have a couple really great players now. We've never been a team that cares about me or being flashy. I mean, the best compliments we always get is that we play great defense, that we move the ball well. And we've just, I think, done a good job of building a team for a system, and that we battle everyone as hard as we can to the end. We just, I think we've built a good community of players, of teammates, of alumni who we have 2 alumni coaches on our staff. We've built something that people want to be a part of and want to stay a part of for all 4 years they're there. And we're really proud of that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dan Pisani, head girls basketball coach at Archmere. Coach, thank you very much for your time as always, and best of luck in the first round.
Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right, and now I'm going to patch in the 15-5 Flight A runner-up, hosting a home game for the first time in school history, the Odessa Lady Ducks. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Cheer.
All right, now any one of y'all can take this question, obviously, but how does it feel to be the first team in school history that reached this milestone? You win 15 games, you give Apple a real challenge at Flight A, and now you get to host a home game against Lake Forest. What's that feeling like for y'all heading into the tournament?
It's a great feeling, honestly. We've been working really hard since the season has started. We were just talking today. We've had about 60 practices, and we put in a lot of hours of hard work. So it's nice to see that we made it into the tournament and we got a home game also.
Okay, I guess nobody's gonna take. I guess I'm just gonna take it. All right, so you guys, I haven't had a chance to look at the schedule, but did y'all already play Lake Forest early this year? I thought y'all did already. If y'all haven't, if you did, what do you remember about that first game? If not, what do you know about Lake Forest heading into this game?
Yeah, we did. They were our 4th game. We played them early in the season. Definitely, we were still trying to come together as a team. I say the biggest thing I think that we struggled with was just taking care of the ball in general as a team. And I know that they have a big girl. I know she got a couple on us inside. And I think we struggled a little bit in the press, but I think we definitely picked it up at the end. I think we lost by 1 or 2 in overtime. So it was definitely a very competitive game, especially at the start of the season. But I know we definitely have improved since then, and we're ready to get it back.
You found out.
Mhm.
You found out.
I'm not gonna mention that.
And just how important is it for the future of this program? Because obviously Odessa is a fairly new school. School choice is always a thing. You've got kids that are looking at Middletown, Appo, and then of course there's you guys now, the new kid on the block. Just how important is this to be able to build a program and say that you can succeed at a new school like Odessa? You don't have to go to Middletown or Appo to be seen and be a successful basketball team.
I guess it's just kind of showing that even though we're a new school, we can still come together as a team and be tough and show up just like any other team out there. And we're still a great choice that's coming up that we can still, bring together our hard work, our teamwork, our effort, our mentality, and just come together and make an awesome team that next year and hopefully just future years can also make it to the tournament.
What do you feel like was the turning point for you all this year? I know it seems like y'all got off to a slow start. Then there was a period there where you won like 6 or 7 in a row. Just where was the turning point that, got you guys on the right foot and heading towards, being able to qualify for the state tournament?
Practice.
I think the charter game, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think our game against Wilmington Charter was definitely one of our biggest turning points. I think we played very well. It was a very high competitive game. Obviously, they're in the tournament as well. But it was definitely a hard-fought game all the way to the end. And we definitely came together well. The chemistry was clicking, and we pulled out the win by like 6 points or so in the fourth quarter. So I think that was definitely a good confidence booster for us, especially on the tail end of our season. So, yeah.
We can also show that we can fight back if we're down by a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't want to put the cart before the horse, but if you're able to get past Lake, Ursuline's next, and we all know about Ursuline. Just what do you like? Look at if you guys are able to get past Lake, what are you looking forward to the most about that particular matchup?
I think
It's
we would play Caravel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all get 16. My bad. So y'all get Caravel. Y'all get the top seed. Still, it's very tough. But what are you looking forward to the most about seeing Caravel if you guys get past Lake?
Yeah, so Caravel is a really strong team, and I think that it would be good for us to play against a team like that. It helps us get better, and we'll be able to see something different because obviously our tougher games were Appo and AI, and they're also in the top 8 as well. So just seeing another team like that is something new for us, and it'll just help us.
All right, I'll get y'all out of here on this one. Just, this is the time of year where you realize that you don't have too many more of these games left. Lana and Delaney, I know y'all are seniors, so this is the last go round for y'all. I mean, there's a few more seniors on this squad as well. I'm sorry, I apologize. But, for this whole team, just what do you, when you realize that, you're coming to the end of your season and this has been the most successful season in school history, what are you guys going to remember the most?
I think just our dedication throughout the season. Obviously, this is the first time, like you said, in school history that we've made it to the playoffs. So I think it's definitely something for us to take on with us and to look back and know that we made history. And I think it's just a good stepping point for our juniors and the grades below to know that they can do the same thing. And I think it's just great. I mean, I love the feeling of making history. So
It's a great way to end our senior year with going out, making the state tournament as a new school and starting history all of our own.
Sounds good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Odessa Lady Ducks, 15-5, number 16 seed. They will host Lake Forest 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So, and Odessa has a beautiful gym. So if you can get your tickets, go on and get them. Ladies, thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate y'all.
thank you for having us.
Right.
All right, they out. Okay. All right, thanks for coming on, y'all. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased and proud to present a team that has not seen the state tournament since 2007. when I was a young reporter. Obviously, the coach wasn't around, and the young man on the screen wasn't around, but they have made history this year. 16-4, the number 24 seed, the McCain Highlanders. We are pleased to have boys basketball Flight B Coach of the Year Stephon Johnson and senior guard JoJo Malaval to join us. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Coach, you give me.
Thanks for having us.
There you go. All right, so obviously this is a team that has had the biggest turnaround in state. You guys were 2-18 last year, 16-4 this year. Coach, I'll start with you. What did you say to these guys on November 1st when y'all started practice to say, okay, this year is going to be different?
Honestly, it really didn't start November 1st. It started the day, that 2-18 season ended. I told those guys that following Monday, weight room, weight room. We're in the lab. We're in the lab. Those guys love each other. They love each other. So it wasn't a struggle to get those guys to commit after, we took that beating last year. It was, 2-18 speaks for itself. We got to get to work. So, those guys bought in, and months later, the results are showing. So, I'm proud of them. It's just they bought in. They bought in. It was not much to be said. It was not much to be said. 2-18, we knew we were better than that. We had to get to work. We had to get to work, and that's what they did. And the result, the results they showed. They showed. So.
And Joe, you were one of the real veterans of this program. You've seen a little bit of everything. Just how does it feel to be able to say in your senior season that you're actually going to be able to play in the state tournament?
It feels good. When I first met Coach Steph, that was one of our goals. Like one of the first things he told me that we was going to do. So it feels good to accomplish it for real.
And just, when did you guys know that you had something here? Obviously, you started the season, I think 12-1 or 13-1 at some point. Just what game was it? Was it like a game or a practice or a situation where you guys knew that, okay, this is our year?
For me personally, I feel as though we knew we had something when we went 5-13 the first year. Like that's really for me. We just had to get in the weight room and bring it together, get confidence, and that's really what it was. The confidence and the work is showing with the record.
All right, and you guys, your first round matchup is a team that you saw about 2 weeks ago, and of course that's Howard. They won Flight B. They made things difficult for you guys with that quick start out of McCain on the 7th. Just how important is it going to be to keep them from getting off to a quick start like they did in that game and keep yourself in the contest?
We just got one more. We came out watching the game. I watched it a lot. So watching the game, we just looked like the energy wasn't there. So we know what we got to do, and we're prepared to do it. So that's all I really got to say.
And Coach, obviously, you came over from Dickinson. You were an assistant on a team that won Flight B that had Kareem Ewell and all those guys. And now being able to put your stamp on a program that, was down in the dumps for a long time. Obviously, this is their first state tournament appearance since 2007. So you're making history in your own right. Just how excited are you to see the results, see the kids buy in and know that the future is bright for McCain basketball?
Very. Obviously, I think it was 17 years since McCain's been to the state tournament. I think everything we've done is built off the relationships, that those guys have with each other, that we have with each other. We've been through tough times in my first 3 years, but I think with us is bigger than X's and O's. It's bigger than wins and losses. It's the work we put in, the time we spend together, and the relationships we have. So it is. And obviously a school like McCain, is different than Coach Pisani or Archmere, and it's different than, even Howard, a school like Howard, that's a Votech school. We get ours from the mud a little bit more, you know what I mean? So it is, yep. I think with us, it's always been a lot bigger than basketball. So, and now is those guys are playing for each other. They're playing for each other. They're playing for me, and I love it. I love it. It's fun. It's fun. So I couldn't be any more prouder than those guys, man.
And Joe, I'll let you finish off with this. When you come back to McCain, I mean, obviously, you may play in college, you may go off and do something else, but when you come back to McCain and hopefully see this program continuing to build off of what you guys have done this year, what do you want to be able to feel like your legacy is like at McCain High School?
Just really just a dog. Like, that's really it. Like, just a dog, willing, just that's really it. Like you said, we got us out the mud. So like that's what I want people to remember. Like, we went 2-18. Remember the bad years too, but this good year, like, it's good. It's really something.
And ladies and gentlemen, they will remind you every chance they get, #stay on that side.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephon Johnson, JoJo Malavolta, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it, and good luck in the first round.
Thanks
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
All right, thanks, guys. And now let me patch in our next guest. Let me get this correct. All right, add him to the stage. All right, make sure you guys are off mute so I can introduce you properly. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another team making their very first appearance in the state tournament. 16-4, Diamond State runners-up. Ladies and gentlemen, the 14 seed MOT Charter boys basketball team. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, now you guys kind of sort of came out of nowhere a little bit, this year. You guys were 9-11 last year. You guys finished 16-4 this year. What was like the turning point for you guys, you feel like?
Last year, the year before last year, we went 4-16, and we knew we could be better than that. So last year, seeing that we made an improvement, we knew that this year was going to be special, just going off of that. In the summer, we put in a lot of work and went to a lot of things together. Just working together made us better as a team overall. So we knew it was going to be special from last year.
And of course, you guys, played in a really tough conference this year. Obviously, you're, you know the team you're going to play in the first round, of course, which is Conrad, the number 19 seed. You guys have played St. Elizabeth, you played DMA, Cesar Rodney, a bunch of tough teams this year. How do you feel like that, prepared you guys for the tournament?
I think it prepared us very well for the tournament because obviously if you make the playoffs, you're the best of the teams. So playing better teams in the regular season is obviously going to help us as we go on later in the season. And playing Conrad once in the season already helps us prepare for them now.
That was going to be my next question because obviously, you guys had a tough one with them. Just, what do you see when you look at Conrad, as a basketball team, and what do you hope and what do you want your strategy, to be, when you guys take the floor on Tuesday?
Well, I mean, obviously they're a good team. They got the best of us last time we played. And as far as strategy, I mean, we're going to listen to what our coach tells us and we're going to come out and perform this time. We're going to put on for what we know we could do.
Obviously, this is a history-making event for the school. I believe this is the first home game that the program is going to be hosting in the state tournament. Just how excited are you guys, number one, to make history, and number two, see a team that, you want to get some get back from, when you guys play on Tuesday?
Yeah, it is exciting. We set almost every season record for our school this year, and we've never earned a spot in the playoffs before, so let alone being in the playoffs and also hosting it, it's really exciting for us. And yeah, losing to Conrad during the season, I mean, it makes us hungrier. We know we can be the better team. We're going to go out there and prove it.
And just lastly, I got a couple more questions. First off, when did you guys, was there a turning point or like a moment in this season in particular that you guys knew that you had something special here? And if so, what was that moment?
I don't think so much during the season, but rather over the summer and the fall leading up to the season. We had a couple good runs at the field house, and we just knew this year was going to be good. It'd be something special for us.
All right, now get y'all out of here on this one. Just, I already talked about, this being like a history-making event for the school, but how confident are you guys in the future of this program? Obviously, 16-4 is nothing to sneeze at, but, you still want to be able to, have, the kids come after you, keep the momentum going. Just how excited are y'all for the future of Middletown Odessa Charter basketball?
I would say particularly that even if we don't have people come here, I think we'll still be fine. Even next year, we have people, our seniors that are leaving. Our coach has coached us so well to the point that the people who are staying here, the juniors, sophomores, freshmen, I think they'll all be prepared for next season. So we don't have too much to worry about for our future.
Ladies and gentlemen, 16-4, number 14 seed MOT Charter boys basketball team. They will host Diamond State rival Conrad, number 19 seed Tuesday at 7 p.m. Be sure to get your tickets for that one. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Congratulations and best of luck in the first round.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. And our last guest for the evening is the number 19 seed Conrad Red Wolves, who, of course, will be playing MOT Charter boys basketball team on Tuesday. I am pleased to be joined by head coach Chris McLean and sophomore guard Latrell Wright. Coach Latrell, thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, now you guys just heard from MOT Charter. You guys got the better of them in that, and I feel like that's one of those games that helped you guys get into the tournament. Just how wary are you of the fact that this is a team that is going to be hungry for some get back, especially since you beat them on their home floor, and now that you're going back there for a tournament game?
I'll go, Coach.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I said to the team today. We were in the same situation last year. We ended up playing Mount Pleasant, the team that we beat in the regular season. We played them in the playoffs, and they were really hungry, and they beat us at the playoffs. So I that's exactly what I said to the team after school today.
All right, and Latrell, obviously, this has been, a learning experience for this entire team because you guys don't have any seniors. So it feels like, you guys are a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of, building a program. Just what are excited most about, getting back into the state tournament this year?
Really that, we're underdogs right now. We started off the season, pretty, slow. The summer, we came a long way from, the summertime and stuff. Fieldhouse, we probably lost, every game in our fall league and our summer league. We wasn't winning anything. And, for us to come this far and really get to where we at right now, it's I'm really proud of my team and my coaches and stuff. And at me as a sophomore leading my team and trying to do our best so we can get to the Bob. Really, that's the goal, to get to the Bob and win.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys, I think, started off either 2-7 or 3-7, and then you guys went on a real hot streak. Just what did you, Coach? What did you say to them, or Latrell? What did you guys say to each other to kind of, say, okay, the season's not over for us yet. We can turn this around.
I think it was when we went to Florida. We went away for a Christmas tournament. I thought it was great for our team. I think they really came together and really bonded. We did some things off the court as well. We went to watch a college practice. We played Topgolf. And I think we came back from Florida a more cohesive team and just ready to get after it.
And Latrell, what did you think about that Florida experience? How do you think it helped y'all as basketball players?
When we went down there, first, off the court, just being in the airport, going far away, as a whole team and everybody, we all got to all talk about what's going on and stuff and what can we get together and what's going wrong so we can fix it. So now late in the season that we could come together and get it all good. And basically when we was playing, we played a tough team down there. We also played St. Mark's from Delaware down there in a tough game. It's different. When you out of state, you're not gonna get as much calls and stuff like that. But we're not gonna complain or cry or anything about it. But we're just gonna come back harder. So really, just I say that we just learned a lot from being down Florida, playing against some tough teams down there.
And of course, getting back to Tuesday, you guys know MOT Charter very well. Of course, you guys got them at their place, not that long ago. Just what is it about that team that makes them, very good? And what do you want the strategy to be heading into that contest?
I'd say, well, right now, you can see, we underdogs right now, even though we beat them. But really just staying disciplined and getting in our offenses and shutting down their main player and really just as a whole, everybody doing what they're supposed to do on the court and knowing what you're supposed to do. And we could get the job done, really. That's all.
And Coach, you have, again, as I said at the outset, you have a really young team this year. Just how excited are you for the future of this program, knowing that, you don't graduate anybody. Like you're like I saw that your senior night was basically for your managers. Just how excited are you to be able to say that, you know, you got the team this young, this high a seed, and be able to you know, make it to the state tournament another year?
Oh, I'm really excited for the future for this team. I think we could grow from what we were able to accomplish this season, have a great off season this summer, and just continue to grow.
And I'll get y'all out of here on this one. Just what do you think that makes this time of year so special? Obviously, there's going to be 24 teams that start this thing off, and only one can raise that trophy. And I know you guys want to be the one to raise the trophy, but just what is it about this whole state tournament thing that makes, you know, it so exciting, you know, as a coach and as a player?
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No. I would just say, I mean, as a coach, I think it's just exciting to see my players and how like happy they are and just looking forward to it. But also just the whole school community. We were after school meeting to look at the bracket and everything, and like an English teacher, she came in and she wanted to be a part of it. So I think it just builds the whole school culture.
Yeah, Latrell, how about you?
I really say, like, what makes it exciting, I see a lot of teams that you really wouldn't think that you would see in a state tournament that wasn't here last year and stuff. And to see like a lot of good teams like get in here, like, and they can honestly make something happen. Possibly like it could be a whole bunch of underdogs inside the Final Four at the Bob this year. So really, just like seeing that we one of the underdogs and we coming for everything and everybody, honestly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Chris McClain and sophomore guard Latrell Wright from the Conrad Red Wolves. They will play the MOT Charter at MOT Charter Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for jumping on with me. Greatly appreciate your time, and best of luck on Tuesday.
All right, thank you
for having us.
Thanks.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this live stream of Holding Court with your boy Chris Stevens. Greatly appreciate y'all's time as always. All the contact information will be in the description below once I get back and edit this whole thing out. And we're going to do I'm going to do a tournament preview show on Sunday. And I have two guests joining me. And these two guests, they have their own opinion. So let me say this now, because I know they're listening and I know they're watching. Don't y'all get me in trouble with y'all's foolishness. The opinions of these guests that are on the program will not be the opinions of Holding Court, First Day Hoops Report, and Chris Stevens. Just want to let y'all know that right now. But they wanted to come on, so we're gonna preview the boys and girls side of things. We're gonna, talk about, some stuff that we're trying to figure out, like, why some of us who have been covering the game all year have not gotten media passes from DIAA. Yes, I'm salty about that, and I will talk more about that on Sunday. But overall, I want to thank the Odessa girls. I want to thank Archmere girls coach Dan Pisani. I want to thank Steph Johnson and JoJo Malavolta from McCain. I want to thank the MOT Charter boys. I want to thank Chris McClain and Latrell Wright from Conrad. And I want to thank you for watching. So until Sunday, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching. And, we'll see each other in the gyms and we'll see each other in the tournament, and may the best team win.